Hey everyone. So today we're going to be looking at what will be your spouse's love language. So how would they like to express their love towards you? And how would they like to receive love from you? So we're going to see these things. It'll be typically like, will your spouse like to express their love through like physical touch? So like, will they like to hold on to you, always hold your hands, always hug you, always smell your hair, something like that, like a physical action like this. Um, will they um will they like to receive gifts from you? Will they always like when you do little gestures for them, like um, show up with a box of chocolates or buy them some flowers? Uh, some people even really like when you buy them different types of books, for example, uh, books or food. Some people really love having just spending some quality time together. Time when you guys like put your phone away and it's just the two of you guys bonding together at your place and you're really just enjoying each other's company. So different people show love in different ways and like to receive it in different ways. So we could see that in your chart, what will be the way that your spouse will love to receive this love from you? And how would they generally be expressing this towards you? Like, you know, how would they show that they really like care for you or show like this feeling of love towards you? We're going to be able to see that in your chart. Um, okay, so if you like the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And if you would like a consultation to know every single detail about your spouse, you can check out the link in the description and visit our website. And you can book a consultation. Actually, our relationship readings are almost 50% off right now. So there's no time like right now to try out a consultation to know every single detail about your spouse, including this as well. Um, so yeah, so back to the technique. How do we see this? So we're gonna check out our D9 chart here. And what we're looking for is we're gonna look at the fifth house, but more specifically, we're going to be looking at the placement of the fifth lord in our D9 chart. So there's a lord here. Let's say if Mars is, let's say Aries is in your fifth house of your D9 chart. We're just going to look at the where is Mars placed in your chart. And this will give us an idea of how would your spouse love to show love towards you and like to receive love. Um, so, if this Mars is placed in the seventh house here, we would look at the qualities of the seventh house to kind of give us this idea of your spouse's love language. So that's how we're going to approach this. We're going to go through the um, fifth lord in all 12 houses to cover generally what the idea is. And we'll go through a couple examples with different signs and different planets. So let's start off with fifth lord in Lugna here. So typically with this combination, your spouse would really appreciate and really like to feel this love through physical touch. Here, they would love to hold on to you and always feel like your comfort, like always feel like a hug. Just like holding your spouse like from behind, like giving them a hug from behind, just have like your hands around them. Like this kind of thing means so much to your spouse here. So physical touch is definitely a must with here. Like your spouse will feel so loved if you just give them a hug every once in a while, just like out of nowhere. Just give them a hug or just hold their hands. Um, Just physical touch, just I don't know, hold, touch their belly button or something. They'll love it. So just holding them at any time. If you're on a couch, for example, just hold on to each other. These kind of things go a long way. And this is also how they expect love from you as well. That's how they know that they're being loved, is if you give them this physical touch and hold on to them. So yeah, you'll see that as well. And they'll also like as well the uh like compliments about their personality. If you tell them, I really like you for who you are, this goes such a long way because it fulfills them on such a different level because you like them as an individual. There's not something like you're not saying that I like this class of people or this type of people. Like give them something specific, like a unique identifier for this specific person. Tell them why you in particular is the person that's feels special to me. If you tell them this kind of thing, like why you're unique and why I love you in particular, this goes a long way. This will really make the person feel love like nothing else. So those two things are the biggest things that these people are looking for. So let's put it here. So um, let's put a planet like okay, let's do that same one with Aries here. So let's say Mars comes here. Then especially they would love the physical touch that you give them. They would do that. Um, there's some other physical things you could do here that would be a bit more you know, adult in nature, but it goes a long way with them because they really love this. Like giving them like a little pat on the behind. Like this goes a long way, like no matter who it is, you know. Uh even in this particular case, even if your spouse is a guy, just go nuts and do that. Give them like the physical touch and physical like for example, with this, if your spouse is well, actually either way, a male or female, like feel like their abs or their muscles, that they would really feel very loved and appreciated for that. If you tell them something like, "Wow, you're, I really like how the muscles on you, like how your muscles fit on you because you have such a good ratio," for example. Or I really love your body shape. It suits you. Like this will go a long way with these guys. If let's say if the Lord here is Mercury, so let's put Virgo here, Mercury comes here, then tell them about their personality. Tell them that you really love their sense of humor. This will go a lot because they really pride themselves on their humor. So they would really love, like this compliment would mean more than you ever know when you tell them that your humor really makes me laugh and really brightens up my day. This will go such a long way with them. Okay. So we have that. Now, fifth lord in second house. Okay. So with this one, this is a fun one. This one, they really like your spouse would love to show their love towards you by cooking for you. They really love food. So what'll really mean the most to them is when you take them on a date to a really fancy restaurant because they'll love food. Like when you take them on, they really love dates where you go to uh, really fancy restaurants or restaurants in general to try different types of food. So they'll love going on dinner dates most of the time. Like how some people go on dates where they play like golf, for example, or they'll watch a movie. Like these people will love to go on dinner dates the most because they love trying so many different types of food and they love trying really good quality food too. So you'll see that. They'll also, if they are good at cooking, they'll love to cook for you or bake for you. Um, so make some type of food for you. And as well, they'll also really love it if you know how to cook something as well. You know what'll be really great for this? If you just looked up a random recipe on YouTube and like, for example, their favorite type of food. Let's say their favorite type of food is I don't know, like a chewy, soft cookie. And you just look up a recipe for like the best soft cookie that you could find. If you just make this for them out of nowhere without telling them, it'll really brighten up their day because you're making their favorite food for them. Even if you make their favorite meal, let's say if their favorite meal um let's say spaghetti. If you just made this for them out of nowhere, like all of a sudden, it'll really mean a lot because if you make their comfort food or the food that they love the most, this is how they'll feel most loved for you. Like they will literally say, "Man, you really love me because you're buying me like my favorite food." So food goes a long way with these guys. As well, they'll also really value compliments about their physical appearance here. And with this, it'll be uh it'll be like compliments about uh their clothes that they're wearing or the makeup or any jewelry that they're wearing, the shoes that they're wearing, anything like this, it'll really go a long way with them because they'll actually put a lot of efforts into styling themselves or getting themselves ready. So they'll really appreciate these kind of compliments when you tell them. For example, let's like for a girl, it's kind of easy to tell that, they'll really put a lot of time into all their makeup and really spend an hour doing their hair, for example. So they'll really cherish any compliments that you give them here because they really put the time to do this. So, and even for a male, they'll always shave to be super sharp, or they'll really spend a lot of time getting the perfect hair. They'll use like a was it like a hair blower? They'll use that comb with gel or paste or whatever, and they'll really do their hair and get like they'll really spend some time trying to get a top that'll match like their jeans that they're wearing, for example, or whatever bottom that they're wearing. So again, it'll go a long way when you compliment them and say like, "Wow, you look really beautiful," or "You look really handsome." These things go really far with them because they put a lot of efforts into these parts so that they know that their efforts are being appreciated here. Right? So this is especially true. Let's say if the Lord here is Venus. So if Venus comes here, then especially for the personality, oh, you know what you should tell them? Tell them if you constantly tell them this too, or even just out of nowhere, just catch them off surprise and tell them like, man, your cologne or your perfume, it just always smells so good. Like tell them that your like the smell of your perfume or cologne always like comforts me, or it always just feels so nice. Like they'll really love those kind of compliments about the way that they smell or the way that even if you I don't know if you smell their arm or something, and they'll be like, "Wow, you just showered. I really like the smell of your soap." Like these kind of things, like they'll really like that because it's like they'll even choose soaps that smell really good as well. So a compliment about those kind of things go really far. Um, let's put another planet here. Um, let's put moon. So if it's moon that comes here, then for sure it's food. They'll definitely cook for you. And so compliments about their food will go such a long way here. So telling them, because I think this is also on the sign of Aries, three, two, yeah, it is in Aries. So Okay, then that even confirms it more. Then definitely they will be cooking. So compliments about their food will go a long way, especially if they cook you your favorite meal. Like what they're looking for is that confirmation. Like for you to say like, "Wow, you love me so much. Like this is my absolute favorite meal that you just made here." So that's what they're looking for. Okay. So let's go fifth lord and third house here. So with this kind of combination, your spouse would really love to read books, for example, or play like different games, like board games or video games, or any type of game, anything that has like a game type nature to it. So your spouse would really value it if uh, if if you would join them in playing. So for example, uh let's say if your spouse is really into reading books, they would really love it if like the two of you read the same book at the same time and kind of just like had to talk about it and be like, what did you think about Dumbledore Dumbledore's hat, for example? Or like something like what did you think about uh Harry's, I don't know. What did you think of Fred and George in that book? You know, like they'll talk about things like this, or say like how do you think that this character should have died in this book, or what would you have done differently? What did you think about this? Like they'll really love it if you go into it and like show your expression here and be like, yeah, 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 you know, like there's no way that this guy should have died in the Half-Blood Prince, you know? Um, they they'll really appreciate and love it when you show that passion, you know, and reciprocate the passion that they have towards like their favorite book. So yeah, they'll really love that. Now, for girls, you're probably not gonna like what I'm about to say here, but you know, if your spouse, like your husband, really likes to play video games, they'll probably really love if you join in or at least like know something about what they're playing. You know, have like a little bit of like appreciation for what they play. You know, like if you join them and play with them. It could even go for any type of game too. Let's say if I don't know, let's say if they like to collect Pokemon cards or something. You know, they would really love to feel at the bare minimum, like not feel like uh what's the word, like ostracized or you know, feel like it's a lame hobby. Like they really, no matter who it is, they really feel like it would really mean the world to them if you showed some interest in their hobbies. You know, that's where I'm going with this. Um, So anything like that. They'll also really, no matter who your spouse is, they'll really value communication with you. So they they really value and appreciate all types of like when you text them back or if you were to send them a phone call, like sending them a phone call out of nowhere, you know, just to check up on them or to see their feelings. Like this will mean a lot to them. Um, So this communication means a lot. Um, so let's say if the sign was moon. So say if the moon came here, then it'll really mean a lot if you just shoot them a phone call out of nowhere and just be like, "Hey, how was your day? How are you feeling today? I know you had a rough meeting. How did that go? How did, you know, just to show that you care." So this kind of communication really means a lot to them as well here. So those are the two things. Showing an interest in each other's hobbies would really brighten their mood here. especially if you like you guys could do something involved or together um here. So yeah, so that's moon. So like showing that emotional support there. Um, let's say if okay, let's if this is Mars that's over here, then uh they'll really be into some type of sport, for example. And this could be either way. If it's a female, maybe it could be like dancing, for example. Uh, it could be dancing for both, but some type of sport on either end. Baseball, soccer, hockey, anything like this. They'll show an interest. It'll really mean a lot if you showed an interest in one of these physical sports, because what they're looking for is to have this feeling reciprocated there. So yeah. So let's go fifth lord and fourth house. So over here, they are here your spouse is looking to spend some quality time, some just one-on-one quality time, and for you guys to really talk about your emotions, talk about how you feel. Because here your spouse really wants to go deep and know just how you make them feel. That especially will go so far. If you tell them things that, like, you make me feel so safe or so loved or so cared for. You They'll really appreciate if you tell them stories about how like if their family didn't really respond to their feelings, but you're different. You understand me on a different way that uh not even my closest friends understand me. If you tell them something like this, they'll really feel that love. So they're looking for this emotional connection between the two of you guys. And so, yeah, just having a chat about your feelings will really change a lot of things and will really show how much, uh, like you guys care for each other. So, especially if you tell them like how special they are and how, just checking up on their feelings, like this means a lot to them. And yeah, and so this also means like spending some quality time, just like put your phone on silent or something and turn off all the TVs and just have like a straight up chat about whatever comes to your mind or whatever comes to your heart. Just talk about that, and you'll see that they'll start responding very well uh to these kind of things. Uh so yeah. So you'll see it is about emotions and how you feel about certain things. So let's say if Saturn comes here. So they'll really appreciate if you start talking about their work. So for these people, their workplace is probably going to mean a lot to them, or they'll probably have a lot of emotions or opinions about things that happen at work. So they'll really appreciate if you just sat down and had a talk about what happens at their work. And let's say if you talk about, like I know you've had a really hard day at work. I know your boss has been giving you a hard time for the past like month. Um, they'll really appreciate when you go into this just so that they can unload their emotions that they feel. Just get it off their chest and go into it. And they'll really feel loved when you do this because they have a lot to say about their workplace. So they all that they want to do is just share this with you, and they'll feel a lot more loved when they have someone to tell this to, and especially the person that they care about the most, which hopefully that's you. Um, so yeah, so there's that. Let's say if uh, let's say if K2 comes here. So if K2 comes here, then in which case the Scorpio is here. So in which case They would really love if you talked about something spiritual or about it, like here emotion, like if they could talk about uh past relationships, or and this doesn't have to be a relationship with, it's a past lover, but it could be a past relationship with someone that, like a partnership at work, or a relationship with their best friend, for example. So it would mean a lot if they could talk about this and talk about like some of the pains that they've been through with some of these people, some of the heartbreak that they've might have gone through. Because they, again, they want to get this emotion off their chest, and what they're looking for is this comfort. So giving this comfort will mean a lot to them. So having this emotional chat about some of these will really show that, and really show what they really want here is to be shown that they are loved and appreciated. So maybe uh in their life they haven't been shown appreciation for who they are. So here it would really mean a lot if you could, once you hear whatever they're talking about, try and reciprocate that feeling. Like if they feel that they've never been appreciated for their beauty, then this is their hint that they really want you to show some appreciation in that area, right? So this is generally what they would like to go about. Just have some quality time where it's just the two of you just going through your emotions. Um, yeah. So there's that. Let's go fifth lord in its own house. So fifth lord and fifth, here, these guys, they really love when you're romantic with them. So if you do some romantic gesture with them, this is what they really like to do. Just surprise them out of nowhere and be like, here, I bought you a box of chocolates or roses, or uh, I have, groomed myself for you. Like something like that, something romantic would be really nice. Something with like rose petals, put them over, like put them on the floor, or put some rose petals on your bed, but clean it up later. Um, so something like this, these romantic gestures will really mean a lot to this other person. So for this person, like just giving them a kiss just out of nowhere, maybe, just in public after it's something weird or whatever, like just showing them this affection out of nowhere will mean a lot to them, because they really want to keep the flame alive. So showing them something, like doing something spontaneous, will be really nice for them, because it'll show that the spark between you guys is still alive. Um, So yeah, doing something spontaneous is really great. So, it could even be something simple like going on a date. They really will cherish this. So imagine they come back from work, um, and they've had a rough day, and they'd be like, "Hey, do you want to go out for dinner, or do you want to go out for a movie later today?" This will really mean a lot to them, just going for a date. Uh, it'll really keep the flame alive here, and even spicing it up with something new or different. Um, so any way to keep this flame alive, it'll really show that you care, because you're putting this effort to really uh, like keep the spark between the two of you. So yeah, they'll really appreciate, especially going to the movies. They'll really love to do this. This will probably be one of their favorite activities. Especially, something you could do is like go to the movie once every week, like on a Sunday or Saturday or something like that, or even Friday night. Actually, that one's probably the best. Friday night after work, going to the movies. Just pick out a random movie that they may find interesting, or even something new. Again, it's about keeping them on their toes with this. So yeah, keeping it spontaneous with these guys is will really mean the most to them, because it shows that you care about the relationship. So let's put the planet Sun here, then definitely it will be going to the movies because they'll really enjoy movies here and different types of movies. So taking them to see something new, like a different genre, or a different movie that's in a genre that they like, this will really mean a lot to them because they love these kind of things, movies. Uh, if it's Mercury over here, then what you should do is take them on a date that is involves a game take them to an arcade. This will be the best thing for them. If they went to an arcade, they got some points. Uh, doing something that's like a game. Take them on a date to uh, a place where you could have fun. I don't know, like a video game convention or something like that. Um, but yeah, someplace where they could play. Or even a bookstore if that's what they're like. If this is in Gemini here, yeah, you could just take them on a date. I don't know if anyone's ever taken someone to a date on to a library, but I mean, if they're into it, then you could suggest it. But yeah, like playing games here. If it's Venus over here, then the romance that they're looking for will be a bit like the date that they're looking for will be a lot more romantic. So, putting on your best clothes, you know, just go all out with the very love seducing uh outfits. Like this is what will really like keep it spicy between the two of you guys. Because Venus likes to keep it spicy, so especially. Oh, the rose petal thing will work really here. Like if your spouse just shows up to your room and you have a rose just in your mouth, like you're biting onto like a rose stem, something like that, they'd be like, "Oh, oh, this is really this is really something you prepared here." So something like that. Okay, so fifth lord in sixth house here. So with this one, they they really appreciate it when you're competitive with them because this is the type of thing when they'll be like competitive but in a loving way because they'll always try and compete to be the best. Uh, but yeah, like they love to play games with you where you like competitive games. For example, like if you take them mini golfing or bowling, for example, they really like to keep them. They really like to keep it competitive between you guys. So tell them something like, "Oh yeah, I was the best bowler in high school," assuming they don't know how good you actually are. You could be terrible. Just if you're terrible at it, tell them that you're really good. Catch them off by surprise, because they really want to keep it competitive. Even if you're terrible, just say that you're good or something and hope that they don't know uh, if you're bad or not, you know. But because they really like to keep it competitive. Don't do a game where you'll just get like completely washed. Like try to play a game where you'll at least keep it somewhat competitive with them because they really like a challenge here. So doing something that would be like, uh, uh, like doing something where you could challenge their abilities because they really like to show you what they're capable of and how good they are at something. So if you were to beat them with no challenge, then it's kind of like a hollow victory here. So choose something where the two of you guys are at least somewhat close in skill level for you guys to do. Or even better, choose something that you both suck at, and then you guys could both do this. At least because it'll be fun if you guys both suck at it and you guys are still trying to win, because then it'll be pretty genuine, you know. It won't be one-sided. Um, So yeah. So here they really love to play competitive games with you. Even if you play something like a video game, they'll be competitive and they'll try to win. Like to the point where um they'll even they'll be pretty upset if they lose. So there's a couple of ways you could do team games with the two of you are competing together. This will be really good as well because you guys are well, together and you guys are both competing, doing something that they enjoy, but you guys are cooperating. Especially if you guys are both good at something, this will be the best because they'll love competing and winning. And especially winning with you by their side will just mean the most to them here. Um, another thing as well is they really like those type of playful arguments. And if you really want to see what those look like, you the best example is looking at you could probably just look at it. I don't want to single anyone out, but you could look up like playful arguments. They really like this kind of thing here. When you challenge them with that. So yeah. Let's say if uh let's put Mars here. So if Mars was your fifth lord coming here, then they'll really enjoy like a physical competitive game here. Something like playing a sport together, like bowling or golf, a competitive like physical game would be good. Something that's even more physically demanding would be even better. Like, I don't know, playing tennis or badminton. If you guys could both do it, a sport like that, they would really enjoy. If it's, let's say if it's Mercury that's coming here, then a competitive, playful game. So something like Mario Kart, they would really enjoy because it's like if the two of you team up or if you're playing against each other, um, especially the most. Now, I wouldn't say let them win, but if it's a close and you let them win, they'll definitely feel the best about themselves. Like if you let them win, but it's not obvious that you let them win, to the point where they feel like they earned that victory. So a competitive game here would really be fun, and the arguments as well, especially if this Mercury is with Mars or aspect by Mars. Just a playful argument would really they'd really have fun with this. Okay. So, fifth lord and seventh house here. Over here, they'll really appreciate if you compliment them with how they've dressed and their appearance. So, it's somewhat similar to like the second house here. But yeah, they really would appreciate what if you complimented them with how much work that they've put in like with their hair. Like if you know that they just spent 45 minutes doing their hair, they would really appreciate if you said something nice about their hair. Or you know what would be really great here is if you took them shopping. Like if the two of you guys went shopping together and you went shopping for whatever they enjoy. So let's say if Venus went here, then it would be like clothes or makeup shopping or something like this. Something for the style or cologne shopping, perfume shopping. Something like this. It would really mean a lot if the two of you guys went together to do this. If it was, let's say if it was Mercury, then going shopping for some books or uh, some type of game together that you guys could play. Uh, Something like this, they would really enjoy if you guys went together. So yeah, shopping they would really enjoy if you guys did together. They would also really enjoy also just spending quality time with you. So spending quality time and receiving gifts. So here they would really appreciate, or it would really mean a lot if you just showed up out of nowhere and be like, "Hey, hey, honey, I got you a statue of a duck. You know, if they like ducks, then give them something that means something to them. That a duck was just the first thing I thought of. Um, yeah. So if you just show up with a gift that would really that they would really enjoy, then this would mean a lot. So let's say if it was Mercury here, if you just showed up and you said, "Hey, look what I came home with. I bought, this new book from your favorite author was just released. Here, I got it for you on day one." Something like this would mean a lot. Oh, you know what? If you got them a signed copy of like their favorite book, this would be really great if you just showed up with that. Um, Yeah, so the shopping and the appearance, telling him about that. And also just doing romantic things, romantic gestures. So here, to put it straight, they would really, they really feel connected in the bedroom. So keeping it fresh in the bedroom would really make the world to them. Try different things, try something that that they would be interested in. So try something that they may have expressed a liking for. Uh, Trying something like this to just surprise them out of nowhere with something that that they would like. It would really go far with them. And same thing as well. They so they would try something new with you in the bedroom, and same thing the other way around. They would want you to try new things with them. So just trying new things all together between the two of you guys would really mean a lot. Uh, because this is their way of showing love is through love making. So yeah. So you have that. So now fifth lord in eighth house here. Over here, they So a few things, depending on the type of person that this person is, here they would also really like spending some alone time and or quality time with you. Now, again, it does depend on the personality of this person here, but if it's a more introverted person, then just letting them have their alone time and knowing that that's okay, that, yeah, you could do your own thing while they just have their alone time. That would really mean a lot to them because they probably do require a little bit of alone time. Uh, as well, they would also really enjoy when you do some type of spiritual activity with them. For example, if uh, it also depends on the sign that's here, but let's say if um, let's say if it's just straight up Scorpio over here, then doing like talking about something spiritual, because it'll be a hobby of theirs or something that they're interested in. So if you talk about something spiritual, then they would really gravitate towards this because you'll be talking about their interest here. So something spiritual, like they would want you to bring up something spiritual because this is something that they're interested in and they would really enjoy talking about it. Um, so yeah, there's that as well as for this, like in this particular case, it would be Sun that would be coming here, 'cause this would be Leo. So watching a scary movie would also be something like a scary movie or a movie about something that's a bit more like gory, like with a lot of death or violence. Something like this would also like watching this together. Like if you're watching a scary movie, they would really love if you held their hands while watching it, or if you guys were there. Or, if it was the other way, they would really like if you guys watch the movie, but you know, you ask them to hold you while watching the scary movie, like if you're scared, But yeah, the point is to be there, um, to watch like a scary movie or a movie about something occult or something dark in nature here. Um, so yeah. So you generally have that, the occult thing, and then having some alone time. But also as well, they really appreciate if now this will be a bit more tricky because understanding, mm, this would be difficult because they wouldn't tell you exactly what they would be looking for here, but there's something that they would like to do on their alone time, and they may not tell anybody about this. But if you could figure it out and you showed some interest in that activity, it would also mean a lot to them, like what they like to do in their alone time, when they're just by themselves. So yeah, so you have that. Now here, fifth lord and ninth house. So here, your spouse would really appreciate if you guys talked about something religious in nature. So they may be very religious in nature just naturally, and they would really appreciate if you showed an interest in that type of thing, in their religion. Either in their religion or whatever they believe in, whatever their belief is. Like they want you to agree with their perspective, with their like what they think is right and wrong. They want you to agree with them with this type of thing, and they would like for you to talk about it in depth here. So let's say if like talk about their beliefs. So let's say if they believe that, I don't know, Bigfoot is real. So let's say if this is the conversation that they want to go in with. So they would want for you to reciprocate here and not just, brush off whatever their belief is. Like if they believe in this thing, they would want for you to kind of reciprocate this and show that you have a little bit of interest. Even if you don't have the same belief, at least just agree with it, just agree with some portion, or at least have something to talk about with here. Like don't brush off their beliefs because their beliefs they really hold it dear in what they believe is right or wrong. Even if it's something political, like their political beliefs in, a left-handed party or right-handed or whatever. Um, and so they would really like they're looking for support is what they're looking for. So even if you don't share the same belief, then still showing an interest or just talking about it without the conversation derailing would mean a lot to them. So even, this could also be something religious. If they're very religious, then talking about something in their religion, like just being like, "Oh, did you know I found the story about Jesus, or I found the story about um, Krishna or Vishnu that you may not have heard about." You see, like if they are a devotee of Krishna or Vishnu, and you tell them a story that they haven't heard before, this would be uh, they would really cherish this because they would see that you're interested in the same type of things that they are in. So that would mean a lot for them. Uh, so let me put a planet here. If it is Saturn, then it probably would be a political party here. Uh, yeah, a political party or like a decision about like religion that they have to make. something like this. So if you agree with them or you talk about it and you they want to hear like that they're being supported in what they believe regarding that thing there. Um, a political party. If it was uh let's say Mars. This is something a little different. So Mars here, then yeah, so then this would be one and then this would be five. They would believe that they'd have a belief about a sports team, uh, and they would really like if you shared the same opinion with here, or at least agreed with them somehow. Said that, you know, maybe the Lakers might have a chance in winning this year, or maybe the I don't know, this cricket team might win. Like if you tell them something like this, uh, they'd be very interested. Like they would see that you're showing a lot of support, even if you that would especially mean the most if you don't believe in it. So here, so if you it would mean the most if they know that you don't share the same opinion, but you're at least trying. You see, it's that emotion that they're looking for, that you put the efforts. So you have that. So let's go over here to fifth lord and 10th house. So here they would really appreciate if you did a lot of the chores around the house. That the things like if you did some of the hard work that you know that they don't like doing. So let's say if your spouse really hates doing the dishes and you did the dishes for them. Like it would mean a lot to them because they really hate doing it and they know that they don't like doing the dishes. So it means a lot because they see that um, you really, covered them for this situation. You really got rid of this thing that they hate doing. So doing work for them that they really hate doing really shows them a lot. Like a lot of cleaning. Like if they hate cleaning a lot, any type of cleaning in general, then doing it for them, this physical work for them, would really show that you care. And they'd really appreciate it a lot if you did that kind of stuff. So especially if Saturn came here, then doing this cleaning would mean the most for them. Like if you clean their bedroom, uh, like swept, mopped, uh, changed the sheets, um, and probably the stuff that is probably like the worst thing to do, like cleaning your shower or cleaning a toilet, for example, something like that. This kind of like cleaning or doing the worst kind of thing would mean the most for them because now, that's one that this is probably the thing that they were looking least forward to all day is doing that one thing, and you kind of just took it out of that list. So now, the thing that they were not looking forward to, it's not there anymore. So they'll really appreciate that kind of thing. Another thing is they'll really appreciate if you sat down and talked about them like for their work and their career, like show them some interest in their career or whatever work that they do. Let's say if they're into accounting and you have no idea about accounting, just talk to them about something with accounting and be like, so, what you know, what about those uh assets? Oh, and those and debts and credits and all that stuff. Debits and credits. How's that going? So just ask them about that. They'll really appreciate it if you go into their work, especially if you start asking them about things that'll further them in their career or help them. Like if you say something along the lines of, maybe you should do this. Maybe Like your boss seems like the type of person who would uh give you a promotion if they saw you doing this or this, or they would really appreciate if you did this or that for them. So talking about their workplace means a lot to them. So yeah. And also just kind of getting work off their chest. If they have a lot to complain about, just kind of be there and hear whatever they have to say regarding their work. So yeah, yeah, that's now let's go over here. So fifth lord and 11th house. Now with this one, like their love language, they really love receiving gifts, especially things that they've never gotten before. Or I want you to pay attention to things that they say. So if they say like, "Wow, I I can't wait for this thing to come out. Uh, it'll be in a month and a half or 2 months." If they give you some kind of sign like this and say that uh, they're looking really forward to getting this or that, then you should probably buy these things for them. Let's say if you know they see some really really nice shoes or some boots or something that they want to buy, and they say, well, this is completely out of my price range, but I really really love these boots and they would look really great on me. And so if you're hearing them say this kind of thing, then maybe when you guys go back, you could buy it for them for like a holiday or for their birthday or something like this, or just spontaneous, like buy it out of nowhere for them. This kind of gesture would mean so much to them, like buying something that they've really desired, something like that. Even if it's the other way, like if your husband wants, I don't know, a new gaming system, GTA 6 uh, that'll be coming out. Uh, if they've been looking forward to that for years, which they may or may not have been looking forward to for a long time, and they've expressed that they really want this, then on the release date, or what would be even better is if you buy it beforehand, like if you pre-order it for them or something like that, or somehow if you get your hands on a copy the day before it's released, somehow, like that kind of gesture would mean the most for them because they have this desire and there's something that they really want, and either they can't get it right away or they can't get it due to price or for whatever reason or something international. Then getting it for them would really mean the most, and they'll remember it. They'll all anytime, they let's say if you got them like these boots, anytime they put it on, they'll think about you. Anytime that they play this new gaming system, GTA 6. Anytime they're stealing a cop car or killing someone, they'll be thinking of you. So yeah, these kind of things, it really goes a long way here. So yeah. So just pay attention to the hints that they're dropping, that kind of thing. So let me put an actual example. If Venus was here, they'll say some type of clothing, either some kind of clothing or something with money that they really, really want, um, or like a beauty product, something like this that they really want, but they're not getting right away. So they would really want for you to buy this for them. Like if you buy this thing for them, they'd really be so happy. Like if you bought them a new wallet or a new purse or a new whatever it is that they desire, new makeup. Let's say if it's let's say if it's Jupiter. So Jupiter or not Jupiter there. So here. So then this would be there, so Jupiter would be here. So if you were to buy them a new book, they would probably be talking about a new book that's coming out, and it would really mean a lot if you pre-ordered this book, or even better, if you somehow get a signed copy of this book, that would mean so much to them if you did that. Yeah. So yeah, so that's 11th Lord there. So let's go here. 11th Lord and 12th house. So there are a couple of things here. Your spouse, like their love language, they would love talking about something spiritual in nature, uh something that has to do with, the other world, spirits, ghosts. Okay, it could be ghosts depending on the planet here. Um, but talking about some kind of spiritual thing, reincarnation, it depends on the planet. If Jupiter comes here, then yeah, then it'll be something like reincarnation or past lives or future lives. Talking about that kind of stuff would really intrigue them and show them that you care here. Another thing, not just about spiritual topics, but uh, also shopping. So you'll see that your spouse will really like to buy different things. And that item will depend on the planet and the sign that comes here. So let's put Mercury over here. So let's say if Gemini is here, and what comes here? So nine, oh geez, 10. Okay. Oh, okay. Man, I really hate that that combination, but okay. So here your spouse would really like to do some shopping regarding some stationery items or some books uh that has to do with their workplace. Maybe like a book on how to rise the corporate ladder, for example. They would also like to play some games here. So if you spend money on a game that may be a bit more darker in nature, then they would also really appreciate this. Like a game that may be, I don't know, a bit more like dark or twisted in nature. They would really enjoy like spending money on this type of thing. So going shopping, let's say if Venus comes here, then shopping for different kind of things, clothes, outfits, bed sheets, um, things like this. Going shopping with them really means a lot to them here, and they really want to spend this time with you and be like, okay, how do I look in this outfit that I'm about to buy? What do you think about this bed sheet? So they really like to go shopping because, shopping really excites them. So doing this with you and buying these things together, especially like going like shopping for holiday gifts, for example, or birthday gifts, things like this. Going shopping together would really make a huge difference here because they really want to hear your opinion and hear that you're invested in whatever that they're spending on. Because there's two ways that this could go. Either that they think that you think that they're spending too much money from all the spending, but they just want to be comforted and know that okay, this is money well spent, And this goes for any planet here. They want to know that what they're spending their money on is worth the money here, and that you agree with them here. So even if you don't agree with their purchase, then at least, I don't know, at least have something positive to say just to reinforce their idea and, have them feel at least a little bit good from this kind of thing. Um, and one more thing here with fifth lord and 12th house here as well, they also their love language will be from feeling from through bedroom activities. So, just being, well, depending on the planet here, if it's Venus, then being trying um like really doing something like, I don't know, sensual here in the bedroom would really like show that love because they really want to feel this physical touch and love from you over here. Um, so yeah, so feeling like doing different, like if it's the sun over here, then trying something new in your bedroom life, like to really spice it up or to do something uh like if your spouse had showed some interest in something, but you guys have never tried it, then trying something completely new here would really mean the world to them if you tried it. Yeah, so just keeping it new and keeping it fresh, just so you have the flame in your relationship going here. If Sun was here. So yeah, so that is Fifth Lord in all 12 houses, and hopefully you guys could get a sense of what the bedroom life is, or not bedroom life, what the love language is of your spouse, and generally how they want it to be reciprocated between the two of you. Um, so yeah, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content. And check out our website for any consultations. Everything's on sale currently. So yeah, and thank you.